take over the library, which when we arrived, we had the church had paid for part of the fundraising to have the floor redone and painted. And this room, which we left last year a mess, totally mess, was completely cleaned out.
When we left, it was a mess. We didn't make it a mess.
Right. It was a mess when we were there. We tried to make some organization last year, and it just, anyway. But to see the process of the shelving units we took over, which we almost didn't get into the country, by the way. Diane had a plan in her mind, along with her team that she worked with, develop. And each day became more and more a reality, to where the final days, it was the combined effort of our team, the teachers, and the students. And I'll let Diane probably tell you more about that.
The library project was just really phenomenal. When we walked in, I was like, oh, we're starting. At least we had a beautiful room with a nice floor, painted walls, and the other team members were really excited about that because they had seen it previously. For me, I'm like, okay. But as we had an excellent team, our team members worked so well together. And to begin by putting together the shelving and trying to figure out, we started with this huge stack of books that were just all a pile from floor to ceiling, and we're like, okay, how do you even begin to start sorting that kind of thing? And the children actually carried it from the office where it was all stored down to the room. All the books were filthy. So we even had to wash each and every one of those books because they were just covered in that red soil. But we had, some of our team members, including Jim, just wash. And then we had students that came in, and they didn't know that you could wash a book. These books, there were no new books there. These are all discarded books from the U.S. And sometimes I was really saddened to see that there were old teacher manuals, the books were ripped and torn, and we had to really sort through and find the things that were usable. Manuals from, a Commodore 64 or something. I was like, why would anyone send that? But they didn't want to let go of any of those books. Because what the principal said is, when a student does good, when I have something to praise the student for, I'm going to give them this book. He didn't see it as a torn, ripped, no good, useless book. Instead, it was like, no, there's pictures. The student will be so proud to take this home and have a book of their own. Really the highlight of the library for all of us was as we were getting to the last few days, and the students were cleaning the books, and we had numbered the shelves, and we would say, okay, take this to shelf number 1, put this on shelf 3, put this on shelf 5, and then we organized them and put them together after that. But the students would take the book, and then you'd turn around and you'd see 6 of them all huddled over this book. And they could not get enough. They were devouring, as they were working, they were devouring these books. We saw students laying on the ground just all together looking at the books. Or any one of us would just pick up a book, oh, I love this book, and then we'd start reading to them, and they'd all gather around. And so in the end, they were so incredibly grateful, and it really was not our project, but it was a project with all of us. It was their project. There was ownership there. There was investment there. And in our ending celebration, one of the principal or the director said, we have the finest library in all the region. And so very proud of that, and we were really, really gratified to be a part of that and blessed to be a part of that.
I think for the whole team, the library was really, to see a finished project that the school was proud of, that the kids were really interested in keeping going, was really special for all of us. I think for me, one of the highlights for me was I sponsored 2 girls, and I got to meet both girls. I had met one before, but I got to meet both girls this time. And the grandmother of one of the girls was there, so I got to talk with her through an interpreter a little bit, and get to know a little bit more about her family, patients, and Rona. So that was really fun. And they were there for a longer period of time, so we got to spend a little more time together. The other thing was I visited and some of the other team members also, visited an orphanage for children with disabilities. So often in Uganda, and I suppose in other African countries as well, people who have a child with disabilities are sometimes considered cursed. The mothers are ostracized from their family. The children are generally put aside and not really acknowledged or recognized. Sometimes left with an elderly grandparent to care for them who really doesn't have capacity to do that. So this orphanage was started by a mom, as many of the programs in the United States were started by parents many, many years ago. And now they have 37 children that they care for and are doing a wonderful job, again, without, as we would have in this country, without government assistance. It's all through donation and much, much hard work. But that was really a privilege to me to get to meet Edith, the mom who started it, and to get to visit with the children a little bit, and the staff who obviously care so much for those children. So,
one of the, we'll kind of wrap this part up. If you want to ask them questions, they'll be around for a while. If you want to hear them again, I'm sure they'll have different things to say. They'll be in the second service. But one of the things that I really appreciated about Uganda and about Holy Cross was the things that will last. And with the Women's Center and the training that will happen there, Ken was instrumental in getting Rotary to provide equipment, and so we were sort of talking with them about the process. They're excited about that. That wouldn't have happened if Ken and Rita hadn't gone last time. And then having a library that they're really proud of and excited about. Those things that last, and that really is special to me. So thank you all for sharing. You can go back to your chairs except for Diane and Jim, because you're going to take the offering.